If we got a yes, we're rocking and rolling, and I'm like, we just gonna go like this. Yay! Oh my God, I'm gonna do a happy dance. I was fixing to be really stressed out for a minute. All right, yay! Oh, I've been wanting to do this all day long. I was really beginning to wonder if we were gonna make it happen. So yay, this is awesome. So I'm just gonna start from the beginning and we're gonna go from there. All right, so leadership is a choice. Leadership is, my belief is I don't necessarily believe that leaders are born. I think leaders are born from a mindset. Leaders are born from, sometimes leaders are born from trials and tribulations where there's a big delay. Okay. Where you make a decision to grow into a leader, that you want change. So you become that leader that you need to be in order to promote change. So that's my belief on what a leader is. So I do a lot of personal growth, obviously, and I read a lot of books on leadership. I do a lot of training on leadership, getting trained and training other people with leadership. And so when I had the opportunity to go to Norway with Best Life Coaching Society for our leadership retreat, and I was told that I had a 10-minute segment that I get to do a presentation on, and I was the first one to go up to do my presentation, no pressure. I also got to choose what it was that I wanted to speak on, and to get it approved through our, hey Cynthia, to get it approved through our fearless leader, Miss Jen. And so I chose leadership. I had been going through my old notes about leadership, and it's something that I'm very passionate about and something that I really love to do. I love being a leader. I love helping people. I love teaching people, whether it's life coaching, personal training, or whatever. It is just really a big passion of mine. And once I get on the roll and I start going here, you guys are really going to feel it. And I hope that each and every one of you take something from this, and that it inspires you and motivates you to become the best you that you can be. So the title of this is 4 Things All Great Leaders Must Learn. The first thing is, simple and profound often go together. And what I mean by that is, you can't talk to somebody on a level that their comprehension is not there. So if I'm at a gym, or I'm at the gym and I'm training and I'm coaching somebody, I can sit there and I can get super technical with all the muscles, and, you know, your quadricep and your bicep and your rhomboid and traps and all of this is not going to necessarily resonate with somebody that has not a clue what all of those are. Now I can tell you, hey, we're going to pinch your shoulder blades together, and these 2 muscles right here, those are called your rhomboids, and we're going to strengthen those so that it'll pull your shoulders back so that you don't get that hunchback look. They so get that, and they understand it, and they appreciate the fact that I can explain it on a level that they understand. And so that's what I mean is simple and profound often go together. So they really get it. You've just made them your client forever, because now they don't feel stupid while you're talking to them. So I really learned that early on in my career, and I do the same thing also in my life coaching. I want to make that really deep connection with them so that they're always going to be there, and they know that I'm there for them. This is not about me. Your relationship with your client is the most important relationship that you will ever have. Okay, so you get one chance to make a first impression, so make it awesome. Let them know that you are there for them, that you are there to make a difference in their life in whatever capacity that is. It doesn't matter what your job is. It doesn't matter what your role in life is. You have to sell yourself 24/7. If you're a life coach, if you're a personal trainer, if you're an employee and you're trying to impress your boss, you best believe that you are selling yourself to your boss to make sure that you get that raise. Okay, if you're trying to move up in your company, you don't want to be an employee anymore, you want to be a manager, or you want to be an upper level employee, or whatever that looks like for you, you are selling yourself, you are selling your skills, you are selling your personality in order to be better and become more and do more. So you have to do that. Miss Coral Grant, one of my mentors, and I love her to death. I'm so glad that she joined me here today. One of the other things that you do when it comes to leadership is you have to learn different ways to listen. Okay, everybody listens on different levels, and most of the time, if I'm listening to you, I'm hearing what you're not saying. Most people, because they are so distracted by things that are going on in life, they hear every other word or every fifth word, and because in their mind it's like, okay, I hear what you're saying, but I've got this and this to do. What time is lunch? I've got something. Oh, I've got this other appointment. And when they're going to call me. Oh, what was that you said again? You're not really making the kind of connection that you need to make with that person in order to keep them with you. If somebody's sitting down in front of me and I'm doing an assessment, whether it's life coaching, personal training, I'm listening to everything, including the things you're not saying. So if you're sitting in front of me and we're talking about your food choices, you would tell me that, well, for lunch I had grilled chicken and I had some vegetables, and then dinner, it was kind of like leftovers from the day before. And, I think I had like 3 glasses of water. And I was like, so what I didn't hear you say was you didn't have breakfast. I didn't hear any snacks in there. And I know you're not drinking enough water. It's okay, but we need to tweak that a little bit. So then they realize I'm really hearing their heart. I'm hearing what they're not doing, and I'm trying to help them and show them a better way so they can become who it is that they want to become. And it's an awesome way to do. And so you will see yourself level up personally and in your leadership role, wherever it is that you are in your life, if you will learn to listen on deeper levels to people. Another thing that you must remember always, especially when you're listening to folks, and when you're speaking to people, words only fall once. I may say things multiple times, but I rarely say things exactly the same way every single time. And if people are only listening on one level and it's very topical, they're only going to hear that one thing that you say that one time. So do your very best to make the things that you say come from the heart. Say them with love. Say them with kindness, say them with an impact, so that they're lasting words that will live with them always, and they're always going to come back to you. Another thing that great leaders do is they always ask great questions, okay? You ask yourself what I like to call breadcrumb questions. They're leading questions. When you're a leader, you also have to learn whether or not you are coming from an ego standpoint or if you're coming from an outward focus standpoint. So start with the questions with your head. What could you do today that would fundamentally change your life and your business tomorrow? That's a really big question that you have to ask yourself, especially if you're an entrepreneur. Okay, you're running your own business. You're not necessarily, the good and bad about being an entrepreneur is you're your own boss. The bad thing about being an entrepreneur is you're your own boss. You set your time when you get up and go to work. You set your time when you quit work, and you can't fire you because you're the one that's paying the bills. You got to make your income. So you have to set a standard for yourself that you're going to continue to do. Okay. So what is it that you could do today that would fundamentally change your business tomorrow that is going to make you more income, that is going to impact your clients in a way that they're going to want to pay you more money, or they're going to want to hire you more days. They're going to want to refer you to their friends, to their family members, to their boss, or whomever it is. There's a whole lot of things that you've got to look at when you're doing that. Take the lid off of your dreams, man. Don't put yourself in this little bitty box and say, oh, well, I've been doing this for so long, I'm okay right here. Why? Why are you just okay? You were not put on this earth to be average. I'm sorry, I'm allergic to average. You're not going to tell me that I have to stay in a box. You're not going to tell me that I can only make so much amount of money. You cannot tell me that I can only have so many clients. You cannot tell me that I can't do what I want to do and go where I want to go and see the world and make the impact and do the things for people that I want to do in order to make their life better. It's not about me. Anybody that knows me and meets me in person will sit here and tell you, if Tammy's talking to you, she's got a purpose for talking to you. And it's generally not about her. She's trying to make your life better in some kind of way. You can't sit here and not feel good when somebody looks at you and the light bulb goes off and it's like, oh my God, I never thought about it that way. Thank you so much. You just helped me and you changed my life in just like this amount of time. You know what I mean? It's just great to have that feeling, whether it's personal training, life coaching, or whatever it is that you do. Another thing that you got to do is you got to give more. You got to care more. You got to love more. People love to know that you care about them. People love to know that you love them. People love to know that you want to inspire them to be more. You know what I mean? I love getting a text message because I posted something on Facebook. It says, you know what, you inspire me so much and you helped me change my life. I'm now, working out with a personal trainer. I'm now changing the way that I eat. I'm figuring it out and I've made all of these positive things, all these positive changes, and you helped me do that. You know what I mean? I don't know who I reach when I post on Facebook. I post because I want to change the world. However that happens. I've got 5,000 friends on Facebook, and if I could have 5,000 more, I would have 10,000, and that's 10,000 people that I affect whether they tell me I did or not. If I put one positive thing in their head, then I made an impact on them that day, for that moment, for that minute, and it matters to me. Another thing that you have to do, especially if you have employees, is you have to celebrate the wins, man. And this is one thing that I was not really good at with myself. I'm great at celebrating wins with my clients. I will tell, and I've got several of my clients that are on here watching. They will tell you when I see a new muscle come out, I'm like, oh my God, you got a muscle. Let's take a picture. I am like a 5-year-old. Like, I get so excited over seeing a muscle, whether it's on myself or somebody else. I am excited, and we're celebrating that win. Or if they just went up 5 pounds on a deadlift or 10 pounds on a deadlift, dude, you were just busting out like 135 pounds on that deadlift. You were only doing 90 like 3 months ago. That is like so awesome. I'm taking videos and I'm celebrating everything it is that they do. The one thing that I forgot to do, and which changed me and made me become a better leader, was thank you, Coral, for teaching me this, and thank you, Best Life, for teaching me this, is I celebrate myself. I pat myself on the back when I do something that is awesome. I pat myself on the back for little things that I forget that takes time, or getting up on time in the morning and listen to some of my praise and worship music and getting my Jesus time in. I pat myself on the back like that on that, because sometimes I get up late and I don't have time to do that. When I make a live post on somebody else and I get to actually watch them live, and I've been wanting to watch them live, I pat myself on the back because I made time for somebody else and it helps them. You know what I mean? You gotta celebrate those little things. You know what? If you remember to call a friend just to check on them, hey, pat yourself on the back. If you did your homework, if you did your study, and if you read your Bible, if you read your personal growth stuff, pat yourself on the back for that. It's an awesome, awesome thing. Another thing, okay, so that's all the head stuff. You know what I mean? When you're a leader and you got to get through your head stuff. Now this is where your ego, where you're really checking your ego. Is it your ego, or are you outward focused? So this is where you get into your heart. So I'm going to ask you this question. What do you want people to line up at your funeral to say about you? Do you want people to show up at your funeral? Do you want them to be sad and miss you when you're gone? Do you want them to say that you inspired them, that you made them a better person, that you made them feel love in their heart, even if it was just for 5 minutes? You know what I mean? You called them on a bad day. You took them grocery shopping when their car was broke down. You pulled over on the side of the road and helped them change a tire, and they only saw you once in their life, but you became friends over the phone. If you're that kind of person, you're never focused on yourself. You're focused on other people, and your life is going to be so amazing. You are going to be on top of the world, changing the world one soul at a time. Even if there's 5,000 people in front of you, that's one soul at a time, because each person's got one soul, and it's 5,000 people that you just changed their life. And it's so amazing to know that you can change and help people on that level. Me personally, I don't want an open casket. I want you to celebrate my life. I want you to put up pictures everywhere and show everybody how awesome my life was. And I want you to tell all the funny stories, all the fun stuff that we did, and all the hilarious stories that I used to tell you about my dating life. And, you know, because I can go on a roll about how crazy online dating is, but we're not doing that today. So, you know, I want you to celebrate my life and all the wonderful things that we did together. That's what I want. And so, you know, yes, I want people to show up, and I want them to have the loving feelings that I had for them when they show up. Another thing that great leaders do is they learn to let go. And by letting go, that means you got to let go of the cement around your feet. Sometimes that's doubts that you carry, you know, the subconscious little back talking that you have in the back of your head sometimes. You know, shut up. Like, I ain't listening to all that today. That's a great conversation for somebody else, but it's not for this one. I appreciate you. Distractions, Facebook. I do a lot of Facebook, but I try to do my promotional stuff on there. Facebook, we all know, can suck the life out of you. You get on here, and before you know it, you spent 3 hours and did absolutely nothing. There's lots of times that I set a timer, and okay, I have 20 minutes. That's all I'm spending. I got to get off of here. I've got to accomplish what it is that I got to have accomplished. Sometimes it's beliefs, sometimes it's fears, sometimes it's people. And when people are the cement around your feet, that's the hardest part for a lot of people to let go. You may have a best friend, and you're on this crazy, awesome personal growth track. Okay, and you're walking down the road together, and they decide that they're just really happy where they are in life right now. You're not, and you're at the crossroads. Are you going to be the leader that you were born to, that you were made to be, that you are destined to be, that you've decided and taken on the responsibility to be, and you're going to turn and let your friends stay where they are, even though you're still going to be friends? You can call and talk, and you can hang out when you're back in town and do whatever. But are you going to take the road less traveled, and are you going to be the leader that God told you you could be? I'm taking that other road. And the last thing that I want to share with you guys is, and this is like the fun part, is you have got this is number 4. You've got to invite the 500-pound gorilla that is inside you out of the cage. Stop living in a damn box. Stop living in a cage. Stop letting life and other people tell you who you can be and what kind of leader you can be, and you should do this and you should do that. You know what you should do. You know what you got to do. Do your personal growth. Grow. Be better. Be bigger. Change the world. Do the things to make this world a better place. Are you tired of seeing what the world looks like? Then do something about it and quit sitting on your ass doing nothing. How about that? Show up. Show up with everything that you got within you every day, and give 210% to everybody that's sitting in front of you. Set your intentions. Have a game plan to win. Winners win. I don't know about you, but winners win. I'm a winner. Losers lose, and you know what losers do? Losers focus on winning. Your haters, those are the losers that are behind you, that are focusing on you because they don't have the balls to get up and do what it is that they need to do to be a leader and change the world the way that they need to change it. So are you a winner or a loser? What team you want to be on? You want to be on the winning team that's standing on top of the podium and they're getting the big ass trophy and the big ass checks. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm headed. That's where I'm going. If you're not on the Tammy train, please exit to the door on the left. Shut the door behind you, because there's somebody that is waiting to join me to go in the same direction on the same path that I'm at. You ain't with me, you against me, and you got to go. When see previous one, number 3, great leaders let go. All right. Believe in your own vision. Your vision has got to be bigger than you. Never, ever, 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 ever give up on yourself, on your dreams, on your vision. Keep pushing and fighting for what you want until you no longer have to introduce yourself. When you walk in a room, you want everybody to know who you are without you opening your mouth or saying a word. I don't know what else I can say about that. Did you know that your salary is the bribe that they give you to make you forget your dreams? I'm going to say that one more time. Your salary is the bribe they give you to make you forget your dreams. So is your salary good enough for you? Is your, or are your dreams bigger than your salary? Where are you at? Think about that. And there's one last thing that I want to do for you guys. Some of you that have been with Church of the Highlands will probably recognize this, but this is a visual that is a really big impact thing for me that resonated with me, and it goes really great with leadership. I handmade a ruler, and I don't know if you can see it right here, from 1 all the way down to 100. Okay, now I am not putting limitations on my life. I have full intentions of living to be 120 so I can aggravate my kids for a really long time, okay? But these are, like, number one, the day you were born, and, you know, God willing, 100 or more. I just turned 50, so I'm going to find number 50 right here, and I'm going to fold this back, okay? So this first 50 right here, that's the first 50 years of my life that has already passed. There's nothing that I can do about any of those 50 years but say, take all my lessons that I learned, do what I have to do to improve upon them, let go of the things that I need to let go of that no longer serve me. And for these next 50 years, do whatever it is that I can do to change the world. This is all I have left. Where is your number on this? How much time do you have left to chase your dreams? Not even chase, to make them a reality. How much time do you have left to impact the world? How much time do you have left to finish your destiny, to finish your purpose, to make a difference? So I'm going to ask you guys one more time. What's the one thing that you could do today that could fundamentally change your life, your business, and the world tomorrow? And with that, I will say thank you guys so much for joining me and letting me share my passion of leadership, share my speech that I did in Norway. And this was the unedited version because I only had 10 minutes in Norway. So this was everything that I didn't get to say and more. I so appreciate you guys. I've got a lot of my Norway peeps on here, a lot of my Best Life peeps on here. I love you guys with all of my heart. Thank you so much for all of your encouragement, all your teachings, all of your love, and all of your support always. I am forever, ever a best lifer. Best life is not, I'm not just in best life is inside me. And I'm a lifer, man. I'm going to be with Best Life forever. And I hope to lock arms with all of you forever to help impact and change the world. And so with that, I'm going to tell you guys good night. Thank you again. If you want to sign up for my Facebook Live, there should be a link in the on the timeline somewhere for you guys to sign up and get my notifications when I do Facebook Live. So I do plan to start doing these more often, doing them at least once a week and hitting topics that are great for you guys. So you can find me on TammyLoftus.com if you want to check out my life coaching page. I have Instagram, and I do have Tammy Loftus Life Inspired Coaching Facebook page as well. Love you guys to death. Thank you, Miss Coral. I love you guys so much. Julie, Michelle, Dave, Super Dave, John, Teresa, all of you guys, Cynthia, Michelle Hyken, you guys are awesome. I love you to death. I hope you guys have the most awesome weekend ever, and I will see you soon. Mwah.